In part 2 of my Pure Fun series, the next sequence will be chakra frequencies. If you haven't watched part 1, which is about Solfeggio frequencies, be sure to check the link above or description box below. Now, chakra frequencies are different, and those who have read my book, I talk about how to use chakras in your meditation, which I will also cover in this video. But this is very important not only for your shadow work, but your healing too. And I will not only give you the frequencies, but in the end, link to where you can find them on my channel. Let's get into it. Namaste, Sacred Masters. I'm Dr. Iwas Yukehi, author of Shadow Work, Finding Your Light in Darkness, and I'm here to help you with your shadow work and manifesting questions to elevate your self-growth. So don't forget to subscribe for pick a card sessions, group over your numbers, and Yukehi vibrations so that you don't miss on anything that can help you realize your full potential and find your light in the darkness. Today, we are going through what chakra frequencies are, how to use them for both your shadow work and your own healing, as well as where to find them. For those of you who do not know about chakras, in my book, I talked about how chakras are derived from the Sanskrit word wheel of light. They were discovered sometime between 1500 BC and 500 BC in the Vedas text. In it, it describes 7 points in our body, as you can see here. These 7 points transmute energies into our body, everything from nerves, major organs, and other areas of our energetic body. Now, what is interesting is that while we can measure human energy, measured in kcal, there's a lot of things that cannot be measured, which is what shadow work aims to heal as well. For example, even if your heart is pumping and your organs are healthy, if you were depressed, I cannot measure why you cannot move or get out of bed despite everything working perfectly. Chakra work is similar because it aims towards not only measured human energy, but also our thoughts and feelings which affect every part of our body. To put it simply, we are working on the astral body here, which affects our physical body. And even in the astral world, everything is energy. Thoughts and feelings are vibrations, and they all have frequencies. Chakra frequencies are the frequencies that help stir up and, you can say, power up one of the 7 points. These are used best in my Shadow Work Beginner's course, where I utilize chakra healings in my Shadow Child healing as well. Or, if you feel that a certain chakra needs to be healed or you want to work on it, use these frequencies during your meditative chakra work. So let's go over each of these frequencies, and then later, I'll show you where to get all of them. The first chakra is the root chakra, otherwise known as the Muladhara chakra, with its main frequency being 194.18 Hz, and is linked with Earth Day, located in the base of our spine and the tailbone area. When we visualize this chakra to activate it, we imagine a red spinning disc. So, when do we use the root chakra? We use it to provide a base and foundation for life, which is where your physical identity, stability, and grounding is. If you have feelings of uneasiness, experience irrational fears and selfish behaviors, you want to work on your root chakra. This includes insecurities about love and money, which are our basic needs in life. The root chakras can also manifest itself in physical ailments such as arthritis, constipation, bladder, and colon problems. To harmonize this chakra, you can use the alarm frequencies of 261.6 Hz, 523.3 Hz, 1046.5 Hz, 2093 Hz, and 4186 Hz. Don't worry yet about the numbers and it confuses you. I'll show you in a bit, but for now, you understand which chakra to use. The second chakra is known as the sacral chakra, otherwise known as the Svadhisthana, which its main frequency being 210.42 Hz. It is linked to the cyanotic moon. Those who have done my shadow work healing know I use this chakra a lot in my meditation work. It is the focus of Shadow Child, which is the first stage of shadow work. It is visualized in a spinning orange disc. This is where emotions, sensuality, intimacy, and work-life relationships are born. If you feel you have problems relating to emotions and the emotions of others, this is where you do most of your chakra work in. If you ever feel you don't have energy for life, dominating behaviors such as bullying comes out, your sacral chakra needs work. The sacral chakra can also manifest itself through urinary tract infections, lower back pains, and in some cases, impotency. To harmonize this chakra, use the Vam frequencies 293.7 Hz, 587.3 Hz, 1174.7 Hz, 2349.3 Hz, and 4698.7 Hz. The third chakra is known as the solar plexus chakra, also called Manipura, and is linked to the sun with the main frequency of 126.22 Hz. It is visualized as a spinning yellow disc, and it helps with confidence and self-esteem. If you feel like you are out of control, cannot handle criticism, or feel a need to people please, this chakra will help balance it out. Use this to take back control of your life and personal power. Physical ailments that result from an unbalanced solar plexus chakra comes in the form of ulcers, heartburn, eating disorder, and indigestion. Thus, to harmonize this chakra, use the RAM frequencies of 329.6 Hz, 659.3 Hz, 1318.5 Hz, 2637.1 Hz, 5274.1 Hz. The next chakra, also known as the Anahata, is the heart chakra and has a main frequency of 136.10 Hz and is linked to earthier. A little tidbit: chanting the generates the same frequencies of 136.10. Technically, has 4 syllables, so 136.10 is one of them. Another is 432 Hz, which, if you want a pure tone, is part of my Solfeggio frequencies in my playlist, which I will link here in the description box below. But back to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is activated by visualizing a green disc. The highest form of a balanced heart chakra is unconditional love. The unbalanced side, which is the shadow side, is anger, loneliness, and jealous behavior. Physical ailments such as heart problems and asthma can manifest as well as weight issues. To harmonize this chakra, use the Yam frequencies 349.2 Hz, 698.5 Hz, 1396.9 Hz, 2793.9 Hz, 5587.7 Hz. Moving up our chakras, the throat chakra is next, otherwise known as the Vishuddha, has a main frequency of 141.27 Hz and is linked to Mercury. It's visualized as a blue disc wheel. Now, even though the throat chakra is about communication and most gurus focus on verbal communication, we also know that non-verbal communication is important too, accounting 55% of the way we communicate. The throat chakra is all about communication. So remember that non-verbal communication counts too, which includes body language, facial expressions, and even touch. This means that an unbalanced chakra results in people having fear of expressing themselves, or even the opposite end, which is dominating conversations and speaking without thinking. A good way to know an unbalanced throat chakra is to use the shadow work trigger of projection and gossiping. To harmonize this chakra, use the hum frequencies of 196 Hz, 392 Hz, 784 Hz, 1568 Hz, and 3136 Hz. The second last chakra is the third eye chakra, linked to Venus, and is known as Ajna, with a frequency of 221.23 Hz. The third eye, located in the brow area, means command center, is visualized with an indigo disc. Like the name implies, it helps foster spiritual connection and focus and awareness of one life's purpose. This is the link between the conscious and subconscious, something I talk about in my shadow work and how important it is. An unbalanced chakra will have us feeling that we live in our own heads and feel confused about our life purposes. Physical ailments that manifest from an unbalanced third eye includes headaches, problems with the eyes and ears, as well as concentrating on a task. To harmonize this chakra, use the Om frequency of 110 Hz, 210 Hz, 440 Hz, 880 Hz, 1760 Hz, and 3520 Hz. The last chakra is the crown chakra, otherwise known as the Saraswara. It has a main frequency of 172.06 Hz and is linked to the Platonic ear. It is visualized with a white spinning disc located just above our head. When it comes to spirituality, this is the strongest, seeing that it represents the elements of thought, universal consciousness, and unity. If you feel you have chronic fatigue, mental fog, or depression, utilizing the crown chakra will help you. There is a sense you're disconnected from the world. Even spiritual people can operate out of emotional neediness, lacking affirmations and love. So work on your crown chakra as well. To harmonize this chakra, use the frequencies of 123.5 Hz, 246.9 Hz, 493.9 Hz, 87.8 Hz, 1975.5 Hz, and 3951.1 Hz. So now that you know all these frequencies, how do you use them? And more importantly, how do you find them? That's very easy actually. When you look into my playlist, Pure Tones, I'll be uploading these frequencies for you over time so that you can just play it. Play it while you sleep or while you work. But two things you need to remember. One, the chakra frequencies will be divided up, which means that when I upload the root chakra, for example, 194.18 Hz, I will make separate videos combining them with the other harmonics. So you get 194.18 Hz mixed with 261.6 Hz and another video mixed with 523.3 Hz. You can really play them all, but that means you'll want to have multiple browser tabs open and you can keep it on a low volume as white noise. However, I personally feel that the best way to see which pure tone of the root chakra works is that you play one clip per night, and when you get up the next morning, do a check to see how you feel. Usually one of the harmonics will resonate with you because it triggers and work on a specifically blocked chakra. Do a check by closing your eyes in the morning and visualize your body. See if you feel any different from yesterday. If you do, stick with that frequency and harmonic. Like I talked about in part 1 of Pure Tones, use it as background white noise. Play it together with your favorite music. They are not meant to be played by themselves. It is a collection of highly customizable frequencies to integrate into your life. Another thing to note is that we have to remember that our body is a whole biosystem. Sometimes an unbalanced chakra can affect other chakras too. For example, an unbalanced root chakra may cause problems with the sacral chakra as well. Think about people who are selfish that have problems with relationships, and you can see that the root chakra has affected the sacral chakra. People who like to people please and needy have an unbalanced solar plexus chakra that affected the sacral chakra. It is always best to find a root cause behind it to fix them first. Only you will know. Sit down with yourself and begin to go back to your problems, back in time, and figure out step by step how you are going to fix it. Then use these pure tones, 21 days per chakra to heal effectively. Remember, save the playlist of Pure Tones. The way I have organized it is a tutorial explanation for a series of frequencies followed by these frequencies. For example, it is divided into 3 parts: Solfeggio, chakras, and planetary orbits. By saving the playlist, you can always come back and choose from a whole list of frequencies to use. And unlike my Grabovio numbers and UKE vibration, these are pure tones meant for you to customize into your life. Play a combination of them in different browser tabs and adjust it accordingly to your life. After all, you are a sacred master. You control your destiny. I'm setting the link up to the playlist here. Be sure to scroll all the way down to see the first in series of chakra videos I uploaded. I wish you all the best in your life. Namaste.